You guys, we have got to talk about Mr. Beast crashing out over a Rolling Stone list of top influencers. It's a whole thing. It's gotten him kind of called out. And we're also going to be talking about Gavin Castellano from The Summer I Turned Pretty, addressing some of the hate that his character has been getting online. We're also going to be talking about Emily Kaiser making her return back to social media. And speaking of social media returns, Lil Nas X has posted for the first time since being released from jail. And we're talking about Taylor Swift getting engaged to Travis Kelce and some of the reactions that have come from it. And I'm wearing the perfect shirt to talk about the story, you guys. We're going to get into everything. Hey guys, it's Christy and welcome back to the weekly TEACAP. There's so much that went down this week. I feel like I say that every single time, but seriously, this week, I feel like every day there was something that I was consuming and a breaking news story that was happening, from Love Island drama to Taylor getting engaged. I felt like my phone was going to blow up, you guys. But let's just get right on into everything that has been going on. Let's start with what is happening in the Summer I Turned Pretty universe, okay? Gavin Castellano is talking about some of the hate that he has been getting as he has played Jeremiah. A lot of the hate is directed at his character, not so much him, but he was addressing it. The Summer I Turned Pretty is based on a novel by Jenny Han, and it revolves around Belly being in love with its two brothers. She's really in love with Conrad, but she did date Jeremiah for a period of time. And this season, everyone is really against Jeremiah because he cheated on Belly. He's been very spoiled. It just hasn't been a good look. And so Gavin was asked about the whole conversation on the internet right now because Jeremiah is in so many memes of people just hating on him every single episode. And he is aware that he's not very liked. And before the season even started, because the fandom is so intense, there are a lot of feelings. Amazon Prime, prior to it coming out, issued a warning that they would not be tolerating any sort of bullying or anything like that towards the actors on this show. But when Gavin was recently asked about everything, he said, they tend to dislike him. Yes, I don't check Instagram anymore, so I really haven't seen that much hate. Castellano said, the only thing that I see is my sister sending me the memes that are really funny. I think it's important to also understand and realize that this is a fictional story and it's also not me. He continued, I don't think there's a single human being in the world who can carry the emotional negativity to the degree that stuff like this happens. And I think that's why Amazon did a good job of stepping in and being like, hey, no bullying, though not really going so well. But he did know that the hate towards Jeremiah can be comical. I mean, people just have such strong feelings, and Jeremiah, he has been quite annoying this season, might I say. I did feel for him in this last episode, okay? Like, spoiler alert if you're not all caught up, the wedding was called off and he was quite emotional, and I do feel bad for him in that sense, but he cheated on our girl, Belly. At the end of the day, like Gavin said, this is a character that is being talked about. It is not him, so it's important for people to keep that in mind when they're watching the show, that that is not actually Gavin. There's a whole other conversation going around surrounding Gavin with people not liking some of the things that he's reposted and his political views and people that he follows, and that's why they feel like Lola Tung and Christopher Briney aren't that close with him in real life. But that's a whole separate thing from what's actually going on in the show storyline wise and a lot of the viral memes that are going around. But anyway, speaking of the internet and conversations that have been going around, there's been a lot of talk about influencer Emily Kaiser, and this week she returned back to the internet for the first time since May. Emily is a lifestyle and family influencer known for her wholesome content, and she faced a heartbreaking tragedy in May 2025 when her 3-year-old son Trig drowned in the family's backyard pool. And this week she took to TikTok and Instagram for the first time, sharing this post online. She said, loss of this magnitude feels impossible to put into words. I've spent days, weeks, months trying to find them and also take the time I've needed to digest the loss of my baby. Trig is our baby and our best friend. The light and spirit he brought into this world was bright, pure, joyful, and undeniable. We miss him every second of every day, and continuing forward often feels unbearable. I never thought we would experience grief in this way or the pain of losing him so suddenly. It's a pain, heartache, and void that no family should ever have to endure. I take full accountability as Trig's mother, and I know I should have done more to protect him. One of the hardest lessons I carry is that a permanent pool fence could have saved his life, and it's something I will never overlook again. I hope amidst this pain, Trig's story will prevent other children and families from suffering this same loss. To our family, we would not be getting through this without you. The support you have given us, the unconditional love, and the way you show up is something we will never be able to repay or thank you enough for. We truly have the best and most supportive friends and family who have quite literally carried us through this and continue to do so daily. To my audience and people who have supported us, I cannot thank you enough for the kind messages I have received, for the outpouring of love for our family, and for the support you have brought to me in these extremely tough times. The only way through grief is to keep going minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day, and every moment since that day, I've done my best to keep picking myself up. When I started on social media in 2021 as a new mom, my goal was to connect with other moms and find a community. I have found that and so much more through all of you. I found a community, a hobby I love, and a job I am so grateful for. I have always been my authentic self on social media and tried my best to share my everyday life honestly, while also being mindful of what I didn't choose to share. I have now seen through this tragedy how relationships online lack boundaries, especially in protecting children's privacy. Moving forward, I will be establishing more boundaries with what I share online. In the future, I hope to be in a place to share more about how I am navigating this grief, but right now, all I can say is thank you for the love, compassion, patience, and space you've given us to grieve. I am more grateful for it than can ever be expressed. Emily. And I gotta say, I'm honestly very shocked that she decided to come back to social media. I know that social media is her job, but there have been so many conversations about Emily and people going through the police records and reading all of this stuff that happened and talking about her husband and being so critical of the situation. And I just feel like it's an extremely sensitive subject, and the conversation has been very harsh at times. And I honestly didn't know if she was ever going to be returning because of a lot of the online discourse, but it does seem that she will be returning at some point in time back to posting and talking about her life. I think she'll definitely be a lot more selective in the content that she is posting, but that is what Emily had to say this week when she made her social media return. Now, as for somebody else who has spoken out online this week since a situation has gone down, that is Lil Nas X. He has posted to his Instagram story following everything that was said about him last week. As I'm sure you guys have heard by now, Lil Nas X was arrested last week while walking around in LA. At points, he was walking around completely nude, but there's also videos of him in underwear walking around with the traffic cone on his head. After his arrest, he was taken to the hospital because they thought he was overdosing. He was later put in jail and he was charged with 4 felonies, including assaulting an officer and resisting arrest. He has pleaded not guilty to all of them. He spent the weekend in jail as they kept him without bail for 4 days, but he was released on Monday. And upon being released, he took to his Instagram story to talk to fans.
Your girl is gonna be okay, y'all. Okay? She's gonna be alright. She's gonna be alright. That was terrifying. That was terrifying. That was a terrifying last 4 days. But your girl is gonna be all right.
So that is what he had to say about everything that went down. But in some more exciting news, you guys, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce got engaged. I know not everyone cares, and some people are like, I don't understand the hype around it. I don't understand why people are acting like it's such a big deal. But I just feel like if you're a fan of someone, then you're going to be excited for them. So if you're not a fan of her, then I get why you're not excited. But as a longtime Taylor Swift fan and somebody that has listened to her music since the very beginning, I literally went to the Fearless tour, you guys. Like, I just feel like, you know, we've seen her go through so many relationships and people talking about her being in so many relationships and being super negative about that. And then just all the songs she's written, longing to be loved and wanted and appreciated. And she was in her very long relationship with Joe Alwyn and they were extremely private, to now seeing her being loved out loud. Like, the fact that she has announced that she's engaged, I never thought that that was something that she would actually share with her fans. But the fact that she's done Travis's podcast and that she's posted that they are engaged, I feel like in the Swiftie world, that's a pretty big deal because she was so private for so long with Joe that I thought if they got engaged, we would never freaking know. I mean, there were all those rumors about them having a secret wedding, and though I didn't think that that was the case based on the songs that she was singing. I did feel like if that ever were to happen, it would be in private and something that she wouldn't share with us. So the fact that she is so happy and she is sharing these moments with her fans, that is why it feels so special to us. And also, there were a lot of people that were saying the relationship was just for PR, which I still don't understand, because Taylor Swift is one of the most famous people. She does not need a boyfriend to make her more popular or to sell more CDs or, you know, for people to stream her music or for people to buy tickets to her tour. Like, she was selling that stuff out way before him. She does not need him at all to amplify her celebrity status or fill her pockets anymore. But it's fine. You know, people are gonna believe what they want. As for those of us who care about the engagement and the little details, I honestly never thought that we were going to get the little details of everything, but Travis's dad was interviewed this week and he was spilling the beans. He was so excited that he was gonna tell us all the little details of how it went down. News reports said, when the special day arrived, Travis popped the question at a garden in Lee Summit, Missouri. He got her out there. They were about to go out to dinner and he said, let's go out and have a glass of wine. They got out there and that's when he asked her, and it was beautiful. Kelce said, they started FaceTiming me and their mother and their folks to make sure everybody knew. So to see them together is great. He said he was at a Philadelphia Eagles practice when he got the call that the two were engaged. Travis actually did the proposal, maybe 2 weeks ago, not quite 2 weeks ago, Kelce said. He was going to put it off till this week. I think she was getting maybe a little antsy, but he was going to put her off till this week, you know, make some grand thing to make it a big special event. And I told him repeatedly, you know, you could do it on the side of the road, do it any place that makes it a special event when you get down on one knee and ask her to marry you. I was at an Eagles practice, a public practice that they had a lot of people that, well, the Eagles had 60,000 people at a public practice 2 weeks ago on a Sunday night, Kelce said. So at that practice, I got a FaceTime call from them. And as soon as I saw the FaceTime, I saw it was Travis, and then I saw Taylor was there with him, and I knew what they were going to say, and they, you know, let us know. Ed said he knew about Travis's plan to propose months in advance. He even expected him to pop the question during last year's NFL season. So that was the little details that Papa Kelce was letting us know about. As for something else that happened this week, you guys, MrBeast honestly made an embarrassment of himself. You guys, why did he do this? I feel like things have just not been going well for him. I mean, yes, he raised so much money for Team Water, but in the process of him recently doing that big act, people were upset at him because they felt like he was dissing people that were not donating millions of dollars and making people that were watching the stream feel bad for donating $20 when $20 is a lot to them. But he's sitting there saying, well, $15,000, that's only 0.01% of our goal. So people felt that though, yes, he was doing a really great thing raising money in the end, but his attitude towards the whole thing was unappreciative of even the smallest amount of money. And it just wasn't a good look. People were just feeling like he was becoming all about the numbers and getting very consumed in that. Like, there was even a point where Aiden Ross was telling him that he got like 500 million views that month, and MrBeast was acting like that wasn't a lot.
500 million.
Is that crazy?
Yeah, I had a crazy month.
Is it?
Dude, we did great. Can you send me the link?
I feel like 500 million is not that high.
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
On shorts and stuff. No, I'm not trying to.
No, you're not. I'm just saying with everyone thing combined. 500 million in 1 month. I did.
Yeah, but some shorts get like 100, 200 million views.
This clips is just straight from my stream though. Like, this is just all like my. So like, if I guess you're right though. If I were to actually make shorts or like make it, this is just straight clipping from my stream.
Yeah, but that's including Twitter and all. Which it's easy to get views on Twitter. Like,
no, you're right,
bro. Like, I'm just telling you, like, you could. 429 is not like something to be impressed by. Like, you could get that. You should be getting billions, to be honest.
Damn.
But he found himself getting called out once again this week because of a tweet that he made in response to the Rolling Stone list of top influential influencers. MrBeast made the list, but by his reaction, you wouldn't really think that he did. He placed number 7, and he tweeted out saying, according to this list, a guy with 1 million followers is more influential than me. What did I do to piss off the Rolling Stones? And this is a photo of Caleb Heron, and he has a strong fan base online, okay? And they were going to bat for Caleb, okay? They were not standing for Mr. Beast, trying to say that he didn't deserve to be higher on the list than him. People online commented and said, Mr. Beast has his whole personality tied to his follower count. Mr. Beast is genuinely embarrassing. The funniest part is he thinks the Rolling Stones made the list. Mr. Beast is only popular with kids under 13. Same with creators like Logan Paul. They might have massive followings, but their fans stop being fans as they mature. Mr. Beast can influence many kids to want a soft drink. Caleb Heron can influence a few adults to vote a certain way. Mr. Beast ended up deleting what he said about Caleb and then replied to someone, not gonna lie, after I watched some of his stuff and it's actually good. I deleted the tweet. I don't want the smoke from the shooters. Spare me, please. Also, the account Past Your Bedtime posted a clip of Caleb sitting down with Drew Afuelo. The caption was, Caleb is a beast at philanthropy, and everyone was living for the shade, saying, who's this guy? He seems more influential than Mr. Beast. Wow, that guy could easily be number 6 on a list of influential people. The Rolling Stones approved. So Mr. Beast just did not look the best in this situation, but that is what he had to say about being number 7 on this list. I want to know what you guys think about this, plus everything we talked about today, from Lil Nas X, what Gavin had to say about the Summer I Turned Pretty fans, Taylor's engagement. Let me know all of your thoughts. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.